Hey, what's up everybody? Angry K9 here, back again on the Fullstack Server. That is right, after an extended time off because of the holidays and the hecticness at work, I am back on the server now, and I want to try to get back into the groove. And the first thing I want to do on the server today is I want to head on over to spawn and clean up a prank that was played on me a very long time ago when DC Milk first joined the server. He built a very large doghouse around my spawn house using my own wool from my own sheep farm. And I've left it up since then, but it is finally time to go ahead and take that down and regrow the trees and put everything back the way it was. Also, you can barely see it up there in the upper left corner. That is the mob spawner that I built some time ago, and I want to do some minor remodeling on that. Also, I was over there the other day, and it doesn't seem to be working very well, so we're going to have to go up in there and check it out. Take a look and see what the problem is. I think I know what's wrong with it, and we're going to go ahead and take a look at that and fix it. And also, the other thing I want to do, if I can do this without falling, is I want to start working on this area down here. Now, yesterday I was on the XPD server, Asuma's Creative Plot World server, and I had seen somebody's plot on there. I don't know whose it was. I couldn't find a sign with a name on it. But had a really nice looking little village in there with some nice buildings and things like that. And I've decided I want to build a small portion of that down here, or at least something very similar to it. Now, I really didn't like the little houses that they had in there. So I've got a few houses of my own that I'm going to build down here. But it was mostly just the decorations and the pathing and everything around it. The path that they had built that I thought was really neat. So I want to try and recreate a little bit of that down here. And kind of start getting this area built up. Now, I've got this whole big old space here, a lot of space here, and I really don't have any idea what to do in most of it. But other than that little village, I've decided, and I'm not really sure about the wisdom of this, but I have indeed decided that I am going to attempt to rebuild the large tower that I started to build on the Biffa fan server some time ago. If you've been following me since then, you know I built a very large, what I called Space Needle, like Space Needle version 2 or something like that, that I built on that server, and a lot of people were pretty impressed by it. And I think Moshmo was the only one on this server that ever got the chance to really look at it up close and personal, because he was on the fan server for a while. But now he's on this server, and we were talking about it the other day, and I think what I'm going to do is just go ahead and rebuild that right over there, where I've got my little courtyard thingy set up there, and just kind of take that out. Pretty bored with just looking at the plain old terrain here. Now, hopefully I'll be able to get it finished. One of the problems I had on the Biffa's fan server, and one of the reasons why I don't play on there, is I was working on that, and unfortunately I didn't get the structure finished before a reset. And that's kind of typical of fan servers, though. They tend to reset the world a little bit more frequently than maybe a server like Fullstack or Hermitcraft, because people get bored pretty quick over there. Once everything's done, they stop playing, and then whoever's running the fan server, just says, okay, what about a reset? And it just kind of goes from there. Fortunately, that's not going to happen here. At least I don't think it is. To my knowledge, we do not have any plans to reset this server anytime soon. Maybe when 1.9 comes out. We've talked about the possibility of that. We're going to get together and have a discussion about that at some point in time. I kind of suspect it right now. We're leaning toward not restarting. And, I can go either way. It doesn't matter to me one way or the other. If we restart, great. If we don't, great. That's fine too. It doesn't matter to me. But I am going to go ahead and try to build that tower. And I should have a couple of months. Hopefully I can get it done, or at least mostly completed, before we do restart, if we decide to restart. Also, I've got some stuff in the ravine underground that I want to show off, and that kind of ties into the last episode I made, which was episode 13, which was, I don't know how long ago it was, quite a bit ago, several weeks ago, that I made that episode. And I started working down in the ravine on some stuff, basically little structures, little apartments if you want to call them that. And I want to go down. Oh, hi. I did get a second villager down here, too, as well. I got this guy here, the cleric, and I've been doing some trading with him. Got him fully unlocked, and he has absolutely nothing of any interest to me whatsoever. Huh? Yeah, you don't have anything I want. You're not interesting. And this guy here, yeah, this guy here, he's a shepherd, and honestly, he really doesn't have anything I want either. So, yeah, anyway, let me run on over here. Now, you kind of see right there that little corner fencing there. I'll jump on over here, and the last time you saw this area, it was pretty much just all stone. Well, I've kind of put in some wood and decoration and added a few more of these guys around here, these little apartments. And they're all pretty much the same on the inside, very plain, just a bed and some minor decorations there. This one's pretty much the same as well. And I didn't really do anything fancy here because my idea is I want to get some villagers down here and maybe populate this area. And as you can see, I got another one there, a couple more up here, and like I said, they're all pretty much the same on the inside, really nothing different. I think this one is just a little bit different. I think I used wood on the floor instead of stone, and that's about the only difference really. I am going to head on over into spawn, and I need to pick up a few pairs of shears. So actually there's some wood over there, or some iron over there in spawn. I should be able to make some while I'm over there. And I want to get started on taking that down and getting that area cleaned up. Okay, so I made it over to spawn and discovered that I didn't have to clean it up after all. Somebody had already taken it down for me. So that was pretty nice. I really appreciate whoever did that. It saved me a lot of trouble. So I came on over here to the mob spawner, and I went ahead and pillared up here and got some ladders set up. And like I said, I'm pretty sure I know what the problem is with this thing. Unfortunately, this design, while it seems to be pretty good for single player world, it's not really that great for a server. It seems to have problems if it runs into a lot of lag with the type of design that I set up here. So anyway, I put this ladder all the way up the side here, and I want to bust through one of these sides here. I'm going to start right here, and this is actually at the bottom right here, and that area right there, inside there, should be the redstone room. And I left that pretty well lit up, and I'm not too worried about the blocks falling down. I can always replace those. So let me go ahead and take a look, make sure that all the redstone is working fine, which I'm pretty sure it is. I think the problem is topside, and boy, that is loud. I'm going to go ahead and turn those sounds down there. It's really loud in my headset, so I'm going to turn it up to about 25 should be good. Yeah, and judging by the clicking that I'm hearing, I'm going to say that the problem I'm thinking is actually the case. Now, what I figured probably happened is this thing at some point in time shot out empty buckets instead of putting the water out, and because of that, there are some levels here that don't have buckets on them. So I'm going to go ahead and set up little floors, so to speak, on all of these here. Now, the way I've got this set up, each of these white layers here represent an area where I can break through, and they'll be level with each spawn level. Now this level is off, so let me take a quick look. I'm going to go ahead and throw in some torches too. I want to go ahead and disable this thing because I'm actually going to go ahead and tear that whole bottom section out. I've actually redesigned it, and I like it better that way. So let me check these. That one's got a bucket in it. That one's got a bucket in it. And that one does not. That one does. So that is exactly what I figured happened, is these water buckets probably got shot out at some point in time, and because of that, the water is not flowing across all of the spawn pads, as you can see there. So the mobs aren't getting knocked off of the spawn pads, and that's why it's not spawning very well, or at least it's not producing very well. It's probably spawning fine, they're just not getting knocked off the pads. So let me go ahead and light all this up and disable this entire spawner and figure out how many water buckets I'm going to need, and I'll be right back. So it looks like I got pretty lucky. All I really needed was 4 water buckets. All the other levels are straightened out, and the top level, and then the next level down is off, and then this level's on, this level's off. This level needs to be on. In other words, it needs to have the water flowing. So I'm going to go ahead and just pop the water right in front of the dispenser. Then I'm going to put the empty bucket in the dispenser, and I need to make sure that it is every other spawn layer actually has the water on it, so that when I reactivate the redstone, the etho timer down there, it will alternate. And I think I just put that in the wrong spot. I need to make sure it's right in front of the dispenser there, and I'll put that in there. Now, it doesn't really matter which slot I put the bucket in. I just like putting it in the middle. So yeah, so anyway, I'm going to go ahead and take these torches down. And that should, I think, straighten this out. And I'm going to go ahead and knock this one out. And I've also taken out all the water down there on the bottom, because I'm going to end up tearing all of that down. And I've never really liked the way I designed that. This big square area here. Just really didn't like it. And I really couldn't think of any other way to do it until, you know, I was standing in my base one day and I was looking at my skeleton spawner over there, and I suddenly realized that I could actually build the water collection point at the bottom here the same way I built that there, in kind of a bowl shape instead of this big square shape, and I can still have the water flow just right. And I can replace all these signs with fence gates, and I think it'll work out a lot better. Now, I'm not sure why all these torches are laying around. I know some of them came from up there, but there's not been any water down here, so I'm not really sure. I guess some of them are still falling off, maybe? Not really sure. Anyway, I want to run over here, get up in here, and reactivate the redstone. And all I have to do is put some dirt in here, and I've taken all the dirt that I had out of there, which is a stack plus 40. Let's go ahead and drop that in there. And that will start counting down. And assuming all goes well, when that thing switches over, this water should go off and the water on the next level should come on. And I need to make sure that all of this netherrack is pretty much away from the spawn layers there, because for some reason the water won't flow right if it's right up against the blocks there. I don't really know why. So I'm going to go ahead and knock all this out, and I'm going to check it out and make sure that it's working. And also I'm going to get started on tearing out the bottom of this thing, and I'm going to try to time-lapse that, so hopefully that's going to work out. And oh, it just switched over, so that is now off. So now that is spawnable, and the next layer down is now on. And I missed some torches there, so let me go ahead and go get those. And I probably missed some on the lower levels too. So yeah, it looks like I've got this fixed for now. And like I said, I'm not really sure what the deal is. For some reason, I'm not sure if it's victim to server lag or what it is, but sometimes it just kicks out the buckets for no apparent reason. It kicks the bucket. Okay, and that does it. I've got all of that done there, and I like this structure better than the old one. I think it looks better. The other one looked just silly, and I really don't know why I didn't think about this bowl structure before, but it is what it is. Yeah, based it basically on the skeleton spawner I have over in the base, and yeah, so right now I'm in my camera account. We are hanging out down here. I've got my main account down here somewhere. Where is he? Hanging out over here waiting for things to spawn. There I am, just kind of standing there. And I'm going to go back up here. Now all of this scaffolding and netherrack and everything I'm going to work on, I'm going to take all that off camera, take that down and clean it all up. I'm going to go inside here and take a quick look at this. As you can see, we got a bunch of mobs heading down there right now. And they all head down in there and they drop right through the lava and catch themselves on fire. And then when they hit the ground down there, most of them die. Sometimes the ones wearing armor will survive because they'll be wearing feather falling. But it's no big deal. Now, I'm not really sure why I've got this lighting right here. I'm going to guess it's because I use half slabs around the edge there. But I really don't think that's going to be that big of a deal. It doesn't seem to cause any problems. Things are spawning up here. So I have 5 layers of spawning and water on every other one. And the water is basically there to push them off. So as you can see, the spawn rates aren't really all that great. But I'm not really sure why. We don't really seem to be getting as many mobs as we normally would. Probably because I'm standing so far down. As you can see, there's a larger concentration of mobs down here. And I think I just saw a skeleton despawn. So I'm probably going to have to raise the AFK platform up a little bit. Originally, I had it right here where this glowstone is, right at the lava level. So I might have to go ahead and bring it back up there. And also maybe bring that portal up here. And build an item elevator that brings all the items down there up here. Definitely got to keep a long drop there so that they will die. Maybe I could, I don't know, maybe just keep it a couple of blocks below the lava there. Maybe if I can stand with the mobs' heads in lava, maybe that'll take them out. I don't know. But the basic idea here is auto kill, and you can see them falling down there. And all their drops are collected obviously in the hoppers underneath, and it's brought all the way up in here and into this chest right here. And there's a couple of ladders there from when I was taking them out of the inside. But yeah, it seems to be working pretty well, which is a good thing. So we got that taken care of. And the only other thing I got to do, like I said, is take all the scaffolding down, all this netherrack. I will do that off camera. And I'm going to spend a lot of time AFK over here trying to build up some gunpowder reserves again. Don't really have any at all over here. I cleared it all out, took it all over to the nether for the nether clearing project. I don't know if you remember or not, but we decided we were going to clear out an area in the nether that is 300 by 300 blocks from lava level to bedrock, which is, I think, from like level 36 to 128, something like that. So, yeah, pretty big project. Need lots of TNT. So, yeah, like I said, the only other thing I think I'm going to do here is I might move that AFK platform up here, and I'm going to have to find an item elevator design. We'll be able to carry everything all the way up here pretty quickly and efficiently. It doesn't really matter if some things get stuck in there from time to time, as long as they eventually make it to the chest. That is all that counts. So yeah, anyway, I said I was going to work on some other stuff over there at the base. Unfortunately, I do not have time to do that in this episode. So I'll probably just do some stuff off camera, and we'll take a look at that in a future episode. And let's see if I can possess myself. Can I possess myself? Nope. Don't seem to be. Okay, there we go. I was hitting the wrong button. So now I have possessed myself, and I have. There we go. I was not sure how to get back out of my own head there. So anyway, yeah, thanks for watching. Sure do appreciate it. I'm certainly glad to be back on the server, and I am glad that the holidays are over with and that peak time at work is over with. So I might actually be able to get back into the swing of things here. Hopefully. I'm glad you stuck around if you have. If you haven't, well, you're probably not watching this video anyway, so it is what it is. Anyway, thanks for watching. Sure do appreciate it. Also, check out everybody else on the Fullstack server. Links to their channels is in the description below. So yeah, my name is Angry Canine, and I will see you next time.